It's a good afternoon and we welcome you to Achimota B Stadium for the last round of matches on the third day. This is the final Group B action, and in this particular encounter it is Tanzania who will be taking on Namibia. All is set, the two teams have come out, but before we get to the play, let's find out what happened during the toss.
Our final game here at Achimota B ground is a clash between Namibia and Tanzania. We're out in the middle for the toss with the two captains. Changing the Namibian captain for today, Malan Kruger is in charge, and Salum Jumbe from Tanzania, plus the tournament match referee, Mr. Owen Chirombe. Namibia are the home side, so they'll be doing the tossing. Jumbe, you win the toss. What are you going to do and why?
Yeah, we'll definitely go to bat first because it's not easy to chase down here. So we want to put a good total so we can defend it.
All right, you're in a position where you can actually afford to lose this particular game and so get yourselves in the semi-final. But what is going to be your plan to execute a win against Namibia?
We will look for the winning, definitely, because we know the run rate is sometimes might come to us. So we'll definitely go for the win and make sure we qualify for the semis.
All right, any changes from your team that played against Zimbabwe?
Yes, Diabeneke is staying out and Johnson Nyambo comes in.
All right, good luck to you and the boys.
Thank you so much.
Malan, first of all, you have made a couple of changes, including the leadership. Is Eaton very well?
Yeah, the changes, it's just regarding what's best for the team, best for us now, the last game, to make sure we get a win.
All right, you've been asked to bowl first. What is going to be your plan to make sure that you pick up the victory today?
I think it doesn't matter bowling or batting, the wicket looks nice. We see the game before as well, the batting was good. So we just need to, the team who handles the pressure the best, I think will win at the end of the day.
All right, are you thinking about the net run rate situation, or you're just trying to first of all pick up the victory? And what do you think would be a very good total to limit Tanzania to? I
think we're thinking about both. Definitely want to go to the semis. We don't want to sit here for 5-6 days watching cricket. We want to play cricket. And I did a good total, I think, around 130, 140. I think is a good chaseable total on this wicket.
All right. Any other changes besides Lofty?
Lofty is out. Sean Fouché is also out. And then we have Ben Shikongo coming back in. And we have Pierre Bluchnout also coming in.
All right. Good luck to you and the boys.
Thank you.
That's the news from the middle. Tanzania have won the toss and they've elected to bat first.
So there we have it. Tanzania, they won the toss and they're choosing to have a bat, looking to put runs on the board and look to defend it. So a pretty interesting scenario that we have here. Tanzania, they would love to win this one and secure a place in the semi-final. Meanwhile, Namibia, they still have a chance and a shot at it. But however, they would need to win big. And when I mean big, it has to be a gigantic of a win for them to stand a chance of making it through to the semi-finals. Joining me this afternoon will be Dennis Mzali. Dennis, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Eli. Another must-win. I think this Group B only has must-win encounters for particular teams. Zimbabwe may not be in that equation as they take on Nigeria, but Nigeria need to get a result in that game. But this particular one where we are, Achimota B, Tanzania need to win against Namibia for them to be in the semi-final. While Namibia need not just a win, but they need to win big for them to overcome, to move from 4th place and into 2nd place. Ivan Suleiman and Mohamed Juamani opening the batting for Tanzania. Ben Shikongo takes the new ball for them. Namibia without their regular captain for this particular tournament, Lofty Eaton. I just found out that he's injured, so he's not available for this particular game. And Sean Fouché, you feel that some experience will be missing for them.
With an offer and taken by Salman, who picks up the first boundary of the first ball. Tanzania off the mark.
They say power is nothing without control. This time Ivan Suleiman goes for power, but with very good control. Not a big swing of the bat there, but it was just too much pace on it as it raced away to the boundary.
You're gladly obliged to that. A loosener, you would say, from Ben Shikongo. Better delivery. Almost squaring up Seleman there.
Tell you, Eli, I've just found out while I was having a chat with the captain, Salum Jumbe, the captain for Tanzania. He told me their team is mostly Muslims, and they play the games while fasting. It's not very, very easy, but I think sometimes if God is fair, I think the result should be for Tanzania.
That one just taken off the surface. Surprising Selman there. Bit of bounce, extra bounce, you'd say.
Because from what I understand, it's not very easy to fast in this sort of heat. It's not the conditions are not very kind or friendly in any way. So you feel that there's a lot to lose for the Tanzanians, and they come into this game not just with their skills, but I think with a lot of faith behind them.
Divine intervention is what they would also be hoping would be in their favor. But they have a task and a job at hand at the moment. A press, and it falls just safely over the head of the bowler. Selman pushing hard at that one. With the pace that Shikongo is getting off the surface. If you're looking to play a defensive shot, you might just look to play it with just a bit of soft hands, you would say.
Yep.
Another dot ball. So it's just the first ball that went for the boundary. Marava Ben has come back strongly with a series of dot balls.
Yeah, Ben Chikongo with some experience, having played for the Eagles, I think now leading the attack.
That one took off and found the faintest of edges, but rather I think it came off the glove of Selman, and the wicket keeper taking it almost throat height, you would say. Namibia pick up their first wicket and they strike of the last delivery of the over. Tanzania lose their first.
Yeah, what a ripper there from Ben Shikongo. Hard length, couldn't get his arms out of the way quickly enough. He gets something through to the keeper. You can see most times when you look behind, you're more or less guilty. But a good catch there from JP Kotsa behind the stumps. Tanzania lose their first 4 for 1 after 1 over.
So in this all-important encounter, Namibia draw first blood within the power play. They pick up an important wicket. Jack Thomas Brussels will be coming through from the forest end. And looking to get off the mark is Jermaine Mohammed Musa, who has in the previous over had been watching action happening on the other end, where his counterpart got off the mark on the first delivery, but the next 5 deliveries from Ben Shikongo treating him to some good bounce, found the faintest touches from the glove, flashes at that one and drops short of the wicketkeeper. That'll be signaled as a bye.
Yeah, Muhammad Omari Kitunda now comes on to strike. Jack Thomas has had experience playing for the Eagles side. Not the happiest of tournaments for him, but I think it's all part of the learning experience, especially when you're a youngster. I was at Under 19 World Cup with the Namibian boys, so I think the sky can only be the limit for him. Tanzania find themselves in a complex situation.
Looking to drive that one, and Omari Kitunda only just finds a thick outside edge that goes to point, who makes a perfect jump to time it and take a catch. Namibia striking from both ends. They pick up their second wicket.
There will be no heroics for Omari Kitunda this time, prodding at that ball and then just flies off the outside edge. Very good catch for Licha at point. A good delivery as well from Jack Thomas, just taking the pace of that ball. Pushed at it, Omari Kitunda, and then just ended up coming off the outside edge. A good catch there from Licha at point. Tanzania now quickly on sorts of trouble. They are 55 for 2 in 1.3 overs.
Well, Namibia, they've not had the greatest of tournaments in this 13th edition of the African Games, and they lost in their first 2 games, one to Zimbabwe, the other one to Nigeria. But this one, they're looking to come strong, understanding what's at stake here. Just look at that delivery again. He opened the face of the bat slightly when he was just looking to play it straight, but that thick outside edge found point with ease. No better the crease will be Abdallah Juma Jabiri. So both bowlers for Namibia finding wickets from either end. It's Jack Thomas as well as Ben Shikongo. Thomas still has a few deliveries to go. Again pushing hard at it. They take a quick single, and Jabiri gets off the mark, and he gets off strike. Looking to cut that one was Mohammed Musa.
Zimbabwean combo out in the middle to officiate this game. Aino Chabi and Percival Cesaro.
Again looking to drive, misses it totally. End of a brilliant over for Jack Thomas. Tanzania 6 for 2.
Ben Chikongo will continue from the road end. Eli, Tanzania in a similar sort of situation that they were in the game against Zimbabwe. They were 5 for 3 there. Now they are 6 for 2. It just seems like the top is not holding well enough for them to be able to make a charge for a big total.
Definitely, they've been struggling to put up partnerships early on. A bit of trouble with the willow there. Might need a change of bat. I think bat has just failed him there. It's broken. Needs to bring in the one that Dennis likes to call the one that hits.
Only until they find out that it's not the one. And you mentioned it, that Tanzania, I thought they won the toss in this game. Namibia is a team that is looking at having a better net run rate. So I was thinking they would have allowed Namibia to bat first and don't put themselves in a situation where Namibia knows what they need to get. Because when you bat first, you're not sure what is enough for you to be able to get the net run rate that you want.
True, Dennis. The equation just becomes a little bit difficult. It's the last round of matches in Group B. Group A, so South Africa going home. Right, Willow's been replaced and action resumes. I love the length that Ben Chikongo is hitting, just back off a length, making sure that he can extract as much bounce as he can from that surface.
Yeah, unless you're going to hit him back down the ground, he's just making sure that he tucks you in, no room. The only room he gave went for a boundary. Since then, he's quickly learned his lesson. It's just ensuring that the batters have to play within themselves. So unless maybe you take a shimmy down the wicket, try and alter that length, you will most likely play with a dead bat.
And again, Ben is in the money. Finds another faint edge. And this one goes straight to the keeper. He picks up his second in the second over. Tanzania lose another.
What a dream start here for Namibia, because Namibia pick up their third wicket. Tanzania 6 for 3. This one strangled down the leg side. Abdallah Juma gets an under edge that goes through to the keeper. Again, that hard length there from Ben Chikongo. The problem, just never picked up the length very quickly. Abdallah Juma just ends up getting an under edge through to the keeper. Tanzania now in sorts of trouble. They are 6 for 3. And Kasim Nasoro Chete is the new batter.
Kasim Nasorochete comes to the crease. This team in all sorts of trouble. And 3 wickets down, just for 3 runs. 6 runs. Chikongo charges in, navigated to the leg side, and gets off the mark. Is Nasorochete.
The only sort of full delivery that Ben Shikongo was bowled. But the challenge is when you've lost 3 wickets and you only have 7 runs on board, even your risk taking becomes very, very calculated, because you don't want to lose another wicket. 7 for 3 can quickly become 7 for 4.
You find yourself in a situation where you're thinking, how do I navigate this? On the money again, Miss Ben ends a fantastic over. That only had 1 run being given away, but all importantly, he picked up his 2nd wicket. So after 3, it'll be 7 for 3. Jack Thomas has given his 2nd over from the forest end. And then quite an attacking field. There is short cover and short extra cover. Looking to blast through them. Just gets the fingertips of short cover there. They scramble for 1.
An interesting sort of field set from the standing captain Malan Kruger, but I think they are smelling blood, so they are trying to make sure that they go for the kill.
Definitely they are, Namibia. What this does is that it puts pressure on the batting side, and the pace at which Thomas and Shikongo are bowling with that extra bound that they're just getting. Just get a feeling that they're looking at the way Tanzania's batters are pushing hard at the ball in defense, that they could just get a catch from those 2 men that you see standing right in front of the batter on the offside, but not able to dispatch it, is Kasim Nasorochete. See, when you have a lot of people around the bat, it sort of works on the psyche of the batter. Either he's going to try and blast through to get some room to breathe, or you now get on the defensive and they're trying to be more careful in how you play.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. But I think if the ball is there to be hit, you don't need to mind about who's right in front of you. The purpose for you should be playing the correct sort of shot, and then you won't get out.
True that, if you consider that And these are top order batters. That means that they can strike the ball clean. Just like that. Flashes at that one. And it goes over, slip, and will run away for 4.
Yeah, frustration there for Jack Thomas. He's been setting him up there to try and go for that booming drive. Kasim Nasoro Chete comes off the edge, but there are no resources in that region. Not very happy there, Jack Thomas, because the setup was on to just try and make sure it gets into that booming drive.
Tries to lure him into another one, but this time around Kasim Nasoro doesn't take the offer. Marks the end of the 4th. It's 13 for 3.
The situation 13 for 3 Tanzania. Tanzania won the toss and elected to bat first. But unfortunately, haven't had so many answers for the bowling from Namibia. Well played, but they'll just get 1 for it. Jumawane Mohammed. That ball looks a bit full for me, but always looks at just using a dead bird. Tanzania need a big partnership now to just get them out of this hole. Put on as many runs as possible if they are going to be able to keep their second place in Group B.
Went for the drive there, but it is well stopped. We're well within to the 5th over of the power play. Namibia would say that they're on top of the situation all over Tanzania. They've picked up 3 wickets that has just cost them 14 runs. Just misses the outside edge there.
No sort of foot movement there from Kasim Nasoro Chete. Seems just to be just stuck on his crease. This is the final day of the group games here, the 13th edition of the African Games. Tomorrow will be semi-final action. Group A already sorted. The East African countries of Uganda and Kenya separately through. Uganda moving on as leaders of that group and are yet to lose a game in the tournament. Well played there by Nasoro Chete. The man at deep square leg has some ground work to do to come around before he can carry it off. And in this particular group, not yet sorted, but Zimbabwe on top of this table and look like they will be moving on. But at the end of these 2 games, we shall know who will move on as group leader and who finishes second.
It's a full toss, not able to punish Ben on that occasion. I feel like Kasim rather missed out on an opportunity to score there.
Yeah, Kasim Nasoro Chete, I think, a bit surprised by the full toss. and wasn't in position to try and hit it in a gap. Ben Shikongo has come back brilliantly, picked up 2 wickets already, and given away just 8 runs in 2.5 overs. Takes a shimmy down the wickets, but misses out on another full toss. And that will conclude the 5th over. Tanzania 16 for 3. Runs off immediately. Ouch. Running headless there from Juwane Muhammad. But a change in the bowling for Namibia. Hendrik Klasinger into the attack for the Namibians.
Jack Thomas has been given a break. Klasinger gets an opportunity in this encounter. Currently just scoring at 3.2. That's the rate that Tanzania are. You just get a feeling that the batters are trying to play themselves in. But at this level of cricket, you need to do that as quickly as possible, because right now we're into the last over of the power play, meaning that the fielding restrictions will no longer apply after this, and scoring will only get tougher. Trying to go for a big heave inside edge. It'll go to deep backward square.
Yeah, when Kasim Nasoro Chete goes to play that shot, he puts his head up. So most times it's very difficult for him to get some good connection on it. A lot of Tanzanians anxious and waiting on this result to see if they can be able to make the semi-finals. One of them, the former captain of the team, Abik Patwa, who's wishing for the boys. He says, if I had been here, I'm sure would be all over Namibia, but he wishes the team very well. Oof. Namibia have been very, very disciplined with their bowling and field sets. There's nothing to give away unless you work for it. Very good bowling there from Klasinger, just keeping it tidy. Malan Baga, the standing captain, mentioning that they were thinking about the net run rate. So it's going to be very important for them to try and limit Tanzania to a small total. And then we all know that they will come out guns blazing, just trying to make sure they achieve that target in as short time as possible. Chance for a run out, but the throw goes the wrong end. Very good cricket all round from the Namibians in the field. The throw went to the bowlers, but Juwane Juamane Mohammed was still struggling for ground, sent back there by Kasim Nasoro Chete. And the keeper there, JP Kotsa, doing the rest. Tanzania now lose their fourth. Yeah, I feel like Kasim Nasoro Chete there just sold his partner down the river.
And situation of whereby there's poor calling because the batter is the batter on strike is running to the danger end. So if you do call and say yes, you trust your partner that you will be able to make it on time. But on this occasion, it was far off.
Tanzania now 18 for 4. Muhammad Yunus Sifa, the new batter for Tanzania. And there will be a change in the bowling as well for the Namibians. Gerhard van Rosenberg is the new bowler for Namibia. Gerhard Rosenberg, part of the Under-19 team as well at the Under-19 World Cup in South Africa earlier this year.
No, that just takes an awkward bounce for the fielder and just allows them to steal one there. It's Gerard Johannes Reinsberg as the bowler, trying to slow things down as Namibia. Jack Thomas has been busy in that backward point position.
Much better here from Tanzania now with the Namibians standing off. They're starting to pick up the ones and twos.
I still get a feeling that they're scoring at a slow rate, Tanzania. Pretty much just looking at the opposition that they face. Yes, Namibia is bowling in good areas, but the scoring is a bit slow. End of the over, 21 for 4. So just well after the power play, Tanzania finding themselves at 21 for 4. Namibia will be the happier of the two sides. And they have gone through the power play where they were restricted in terms of the number of fielders they are allowed outside of the 30-yard circle. They only conceded 21 runs but picked up 4 important wickets. So you get the feeling that they are all over Tanzania, but they would like just to turn in the screws just a little bit more. Remember, they're looking for a huge and emphatic win to keep themselves with a chance and an opportunity to make it through to the semi-finals.
It's protection out in extra cover. Kasim Nasoro Chete will just get one. Andre Klasing continues for Namibia. 22 for 4 is a good place for the Namibians. How well do they manage this process to make sure that Tanzania actually just never recovers from this situation?
No, the equation is only that you need a series of top balls, also attacking field sets. Don't give away too much room for them to niggle the ball around. Straying leg side. That'll be signal wide by Aino Chabi. So it's that kind of play that you need to press in just a little bit more. Block hole, but well dug out from the pads. And pick up one. Bold, looking to heave it leg side, misses it totally, and it crushes into the stumps. The breakthrough that Namibia wanted, they find it with Andre Klasinger.
Yeah, growing pains for Tanzania. Now 24 for 5. Klasinger with the breakthrough. Again, Kasim Nasoro Chete trying to play on the up. The ball rocking into his leg stump. It's totally nothing in there. Playing on the up and the ball just goes under the bat. The off stump takes a catwalk. The leg stump takes a catwalk. Tanzania lose their 5th wicket. They are now 24 for 5. The captain, Sali Jumbe, comes out to bat in a very difficult situation for his team.
Now this is what I was just explaining a few deliveries earlier, that for Namibia just to keep pressing that foot on Tanzania's throat, they just need to be precise about their lines and length. They need to not allow them to rotate strike. So the opportunity that presented itself as Kasim thought that he had gotten one way, he would love to smash it away, but that delivery found a huge gap between bat and pad, and the leg stump took a walk. Quicker delivery. Sali Jumba, the captain, trying to get off the mark.
Yeah, Tanzania now in all sorts of trouble. Things are not any better across because Nigeria is 68 for 5 in 14 overs in their game against Zimbabwe.
One wicket leads to another. Sali Jumbe pushing hard at that one. Only manages just to bear it into the covers for a simple catch. Departs without troubling the scorers at all. A silver duck, you would say.
It's all happening, but for only one team, Namibia. Ali Jumbe shaking hands with the fielder and covers, pushes at this one, and then gives a very simple catch. Celebrations for the Namibians, who are now, you would say, in business. because Tanzania's wickets are all falling like dominoes. They are now 24 for 6.
Klasinger bowling with a spring in his run-up. Ends a fantastic over where he picked up 2 wickets, and he's done ever so well in his 2 overs that he's been handed the ball. He has only cost their team 5 runs, but has picked up 2 wickets. Tanzania, after 8 overs, 24 for 6.
Gerhard will continue. Sloppy fielding for him gives away a single. I'm thinking right now, if you don't want to let the tail wag, bring back Ben Shikongo for a couple of overs and see if he can rattle it and clean up the tail.
Well, virtually Namibia now going through the middle order. Top order's been gone. And this should be the last partnership in the middle order. And then in comes the tail. And with just 25 runs on the board, you're giving them a mammoth of a task to put up a score that you can be able to defend. This one is cut away, but there's a sweeper. Cleans up well. As the bowler was in action. Andre Klasinger. Oh, getting some extra bounce there. Just coming off the glove allows them to steal 2.
Therein is my point in Eli, that you just need to keep things very, very tight, because the more guys run between the wickets, the blood starts to flow in the right areas, and then they'll get comfortable and can be able to get stuck in. Up in the air, who is interested? And the catch is taken. Muhammad Yunus Sifa will not bother the Namibians anymore. Tanzania now lose their 7th.
Well, wickets are falling, and when I say falling, it's a free fall, rather, you would say. And on this occasion, and trying to impose himself was Yunus. Went for a slog sweep, misses it totally, and dip backward square, and took that comfortably. Playing against the turn, and it only went sky high. And found a man eagerly waiting for it. Top edging it and looking to slog strip it. Not closing the face of the bat. Tanzania are 28 for 7.
The new batter for Tanzania is Ali Mpeka Kimote.
Tanzania pare this one down just for a single. That will end another magnificent over for Gerard Johannes Reinsberg. 9 overs in, 29 for 7.
Yeah, I think you can look at the situation there. Group A already sorted. Uganda and Kenya through. South Africa and Ghana will have to go home. And for the case of Ghana, they're already at home. But Group B is what we need to sort out this afternoon. All three teams besides Zimbabwe have a chance of progressing. But they will need very good results in their particular games. Nigeria taking on Zimbabwe right now. And Tanzania facing off here at Timocha B against Namibia. Just across from us, 76 for 6 is where Nigeria is against Zimbabwe. Good stuff there from the fielder. The Namibians look like they are the team that is more interested. PD Blignot with the fielding at point. Andre Klasinger has done well. Picked up the 2 wickets, give away just 6 runs. Sanjay Kamal Taku will be batting for Tanzania. Sanjay Kumar Thakur can hit a long ball. I don't know if in this situation, instead of him hanging around and losing and running out of partners, I'd rather go for it. Maybe a couple of them will connect, and that will be a bonus.
Well, it's only a few deliveries into the 10th over. He's still a quick single there. Shouts of a run out because he did hit the stumps, but the umpire says not out.
Yeah, very tight there from Sanju Kumar. It's called for the run, but could have been dangerous situation for him to just try and get through. 31 for 7 Tanzania after winning the toss and electing to bat first.
Oh, that one just keeping a tad bit low on Ali Mpeka Kimote. Well, I guess from here on, really, you can't blame the tail enders. You can't expect them to do the job of the middle order and top order. So whatever they can be able to put on the board, or however they choose to go about the business, it's pretty much them working with what they can do. That'll be a wide call by the umpire. If you look at this performance for Tanzania, it's rather disappointing if you consider the way that they played against Zimbabwe, which is pretty much better. And this time around, failing to get off to a good start, you would say. Tickled fine. Just be one.
In this particular game, the game between Zimbabwe and Namibia, set the tone for the tournament. That game was littered with some quality batting, over 350 runs, and from that performance, you couldn't blame Namibia because they were coming up against one of the teams in the group. But from there on, you expected them maybe to take care of the game against Nigeria and Tanzania. But now they find themselves in a situation where they actually have to win, and win by a big margin, to qualify for the semi-finals.
So, free hit is coming up. Let's see if Sanjay Kumar can take advantage of this opportunity to hit it anywhere in the park without any risk. Tries to tee off, but it's a dot ball. That's well bowled by. It's also another no ball. So Sanjay Kumar will get a second bite of the cherry. Andre Klasinger just overstepping there. It's another free hit. Big Eve, but not able to get it anyway. Opportunity for a run out. They scramble for one. That'll be the end of the over. 10 overs done. 36 for 7, Tanzania. And it'll be time for a drinks break.
We're back for the action. The situation is Tanzania is 36 for 7. Tanzania winning the toss in this particular encounter and electing to bat first. But unfortunately, they've not been able to walk that talk. Namibia coming up with the goods. 36 for 7 is where Tanzania find themselves. Alimpeka Kimote and Sanju Kumar Thakur now trying to do the business. Bowling change for Namibia. PD Blegnot comes into the attack from the road end. Couple of changes from the Namibian team. Surprising that the captain Lofty Eden is missing, as well as Sean Foch. There were some extra runs there left on the table, not taken by the Tanzanians. But I think the last thing they would want right now is a run out. Interesting field set there from the Namibians. 2 players standing right in front of the bat in cover.
Well, those are some of the new fielding positions you find players, especially if you're bowling to a just outside off stump, strong offside, short extra cover, short cover. On this occasion, bowler strays, pick up a quick single.
Couple of days ago, I spoke to a friend of mine in Namibia, and I think today her heart is in a better place. Natalia, the marketing manager for Cricket Namibia, she must be very happy with the situation. Tanzania 39 for 7 and a good result in this particular game. And if Zimbabwe take care of Nigeria just across the field, Namibia may sneak into the semi-finals.
Now, funny, these numbers games, you can lose 2 games, win 1 game, and find yourself in the semi-final. And that's what happened with the Nigerian ladies. Despite losing both of their games earlier, they just needed to win emphatically in their last game, and they did so. Rainsberg changing ends. Oh, that was close. But still a little bit signaled as wide. And that just turned a bit more. Sanjay Kumar could have been bowled around his legs. Something that I saw happening quite a lot in the other game between South Africa and Uganda.
I think for me, I was even worried for him. I thought he was going to hit his stance as he tried to get around. We've seen a player being given out hit wicket in this tournament already.
It's worked away to the onside. There, but they can only pick up 1. Smash to the offside, and sweeper has a little bit of work to do. 42 runs now on the board for Tanzania. Projected score would be just around 72 at the current run rate. Up and over, cover. That's whatever. Sweeper does some beautiful work to keep that one in. It'll be saving 2.
Sanjay Kumar there nearly falling into the trap of those 2 fielders who've been standing in that region. Just over the head, I think, of the captain there. Malan Kruger. You can see him just taking a few steps back.
Smash this one leg side. Well, that's the tragedy of fielding in those positions. You're looking to cut things off, but however, if one has just enough fight, it'll go for 4. End of the over. 45 for 7. PD playing note. Almost sneaking that one out of the bat of Sanjay Kumar. Rather holds his bat right down towards the splice there, choking it rather. Ah, beautifully bowled. Drawing the batter forward. It's just an interesting note of how players hold their bats. Works this one leg side. I see some batters, they will hold it fully with all of their fingers on the grip. When we play, they were told just need to remove the last 2 of the bottom so that you don't have a stronger bottom hand. But these days, it's as long as you're comfortable.
I read somewhere that if you're a very intelligent captain, you can set a field according to the way the batter is holding their bat. So it's very easy to tell whether this person is very strong on the bottom arm of their, or if they're holding the bat at the top. So you know what sort of field that you need to try and set for them.
18 overs done, 46 for 7.
Jack Thomas comes back into the attack. I think now this is more precise from the Namibians. If you're trying to make sure that you clean up the Tanzanians very early, just try and bring back your strike bowlers and see if you can clean up the tail.
Alright. Jack Thomas, the tall fella, comes back into the attack. Big heave, but a drop shot off the sweeper on the offside. I think Sanjay Kumar was trying to go leg side on this one because that's where the field is a bit vacant, but just came off the edge.
Yeah, look at the partnerships for Tanzania. I think what's really been missing for them is a proper solid partnership. The only big one was Jumbayan and Kasim of 12, and now this one of 19 is what you can show a right home about. So it's just that those partnerships have really been missing. It's the 8th wicket partnership of 19 between Aleki Mote and Sanjay Kumar Takoro. These two bowling all-rounders on the team, so they can always hang around a little bit, but they're the sort of players who could be useful to the team if you are in a good place and you want to make a charge for it, because they can both hit a long ball.
Yeah, but at the moment, with 47 runs on the board, I think one of them now needs to take in charge of proceedings. Target a bowler, have a go at it, because it's not taking them anywhere. Only scoring at 3 runs and over. Missed totally by everybody. And it will run away for 4. A fortuitous boundary, which is signaled as wide, so it'll be 5 wides.
Yeah, JP Kotsa there needed some protection because the ball just bounced right in front of him and took an awkward bounce. Nearly took out his head. You can see there. It's not very, very easy to keep on these surfaces.
Just punched off the back foot. End of the over. It'll be 14 overs now done, and it's 53 for 7.
PD Blugnut will continue from the road end for Namibia. What I mentioned about these two in the previous over is that now they have to, survive first before they actually think about trying to hit the ball, which is actually not their natural game.
Oh, took a turn. Not overthrows. Allows them to steal a single. Today seems as if it's a day where games will be low scoring games. Well bowled. That definitely was a good delivery. Again, that's a delight of any spinner, watching the ball shape away from the bat. Slip now being put in place.
I was going to mention it that the ball has beaten that outside edge twice, and any other captain would know it's time for me to put a slip.
Ooh. Off the splice. And there's no one catching that close to the bat. It's taking off. PD Blignall, left arm spin, getting some good turn and bounce. End of a good over, just one of it. 15 overs done, 54 for 7. Low scores dominated most of the proceedings today. South Africa were bowled up for 95 by Uganda. Nigeria were bowled up by Zimbabwe for 88 for 9. And now currently Tanzania are on the ropes with Namibia, currently restricting them at 54 for 7. Change of bowling. Spinner.
Simon Shikongo comes into the attack for the Eagles of Namibia. When you bowl from and clearly has changed, which is, I think it was a very, very good tactic, because Sanjay Kumar can hit the ball. When you bowl from that angle, if you don't get it right, the ball lands into his arc.
Well, this one, it's been smashed. And efforts from the sweeper to keep it in play. You can't. It was a half tracker, leg side, and it was hit very, very fine by Sanjay Kumar.
Yeah, well played there by Sanjay Kumar, just to make sure that the direction is good on that one. Had the fielder a bit interested, got to the ball, but unfortunately was unable to keep it out. Ooh.
Now comes back strong, and a good take by the wicketkeeper. Finds the outside edge and is cleanly taken. Sanjay Kumar departs after scoring that boundary.
Yeah, Sanjay Kumar, all the hard work now undone, because Simon Shikongo comes in and picks up a wicket. Gets a thin feather through to the keeper, again trying to go for a big slog, but only managing to get a feather through to the keeper. JP Kotsak takes another very good catch. Not easy, those ones, when you're standing up. Tanzania lose their 8th wicket. They're now 59 for 8. The new batter for Tanzania is Johnson Nyambo.
Simon Petrus Shikongo. Is that a good over? Strayed a bit in the first couple of deliveries. Finishing on a strong note. Scramble for 1. So, end of the 16th. It's 59 for 8.
PD Blegnot will continue from the road end. He's been very, very tidy. 60 for 8 Tanzania after 16 overs.
PD Blignall will finish his 4 allotted overs. That's bowled a bit short, but almost found itself ricocheting onto the stumps from an inside edge. Changes in the field, says to long off, come inside the circle. There's no need for you to be out there all alone. Continues with finding that turn and bounce. That's been troubling batters, Tanzanian batters. Again pushing at that one and finds a catch. That man at short cover takes a simple running catch. PD Blignall is duly rewarded for his hard work with the wicket.
Yeah, I just returned from the shop, Eli, with flowers for Johnson Nyambo, the captain of the Tanzania Under 19. But unfortunately, PD Blignall finally rewarded for a good bowling spell. He's been very, very tidy from that end, with a lot of balls beating the outside edge. But this time, Maurice Johnson Nyambo, the man who has to go, again just prodding at the ball, not trying to hit it, only managing to give it to the, giving a handshake to the fielder in covers.
Hard hands pushing at that one. So Tanzania lose their 9th. It's now 60 for 9.
A new batter for them is Maurice Yalinde Nkanya.
I just tend to wonder and ask, where was this Namibian team in their first 2 encounters? Another magnificent delivery. I tell you what, PD is loving this particular ground. Goes up in the air, just above mid-off, and keeps them to 1, but they're able to steal in a second from a fumble.
Yeah, I think for Namibia, they just got themselves in a difficult situation. So because the game against Nigeria was really close. They didn't score so many runs, just 127. And Nigeria somehow found a 6 with 2 runs required.
That'll be the end of a torturous over for a lot of batters for Tanzania. PD Blignall is done in his 4 allotted overs. Listen to this: 4 overs in, 7 runs, 1 wicket. After 17 overs, Tanzania 62 for 9.
Simon Shikongo will continue from the forest end, bowling to Ali Kimote. I think about 2 sent back quickly. Ooh.
Must a bit of blind turn there from Yalinde Morris. Wicketkeeper there, just the only animated shouts of caught behind, but it was just him alone going up. An opportunity there for Cotton Bold. Had he been able to pull that one off Simon, he would have been in the money for one of the catches of the tournament.
Yeah, blinder, but Shikong I don't think was very committed to it. Again, no power in the shot from Morris Yarinde Nkanya.
Just neatly guided into a vacant region. Now to mark the end of the 18th over, 65 for 9. Just having a look at that. That was had he chosen to go with both hands instead of just trying to get it with one, he definitely would have gotten that wicket.
That's why I say the commitment for him wasn't there at all to just try and take the catch. It just looked like he was diving to stop it. Would have been a blinder of a catch.
Sometimes you just get a feel of some of the efforts. You just don't know how far you are away, or how close you are from getting your wicket. One Chikongo to another. Ben Bob into the attack to finish off his final over, and he's bowling the 19th over, the penultimate over, as many would say. Quicker. Well defended though. Remember, Tanzania now just are a wicket away from being bowled out. But however, these are the last 11 deliveries remaining. Take a chance, one would say. If you're going down, go down swinging hard. There's nothing else to say, save for later.
All or nothing.
Edged. And like that, now pick up just one.
It's all or nothing for both teams right now. If you don't win, you're going back home. So there's no point in saving anything. There are no rainy days. So just go to the bank and withdraw the cash.
Just punch to mid-wicket there. Just give us a good cameo, Tanzania. Give us something to talk about, some sort of fight or grit.
I think from a position of 6 for 3.
Well bowled. I would have thought that maybe Yelinde would give himself some room on the leg side and look to play it over. The man at
this stage, I may cash out some of my savings. But again, at least the effort is there from Mpeka. Is really trying to make sure he slugs it out. He's not looking at just protecting and defending.
You are hopeful, my friend. There we go. Comes down the track. But I have a Klazinget trips. So still got 5 deliveries to look for. 10 runs for Dennis. I'm looking for just 3. Maybe rather 4 just to get to 70. Big Eve hits straight down the wicket and they'll push for 1. Can they come back for 2? No. They won't go for it. So we now need what?
9 of 4 for me, 2 of 4 for you. Come on, Maurice.
Dennis, you're going big.
Yeah, 70 sounds psychological total sorts. So 70 is way better than 67.
Smacks it down. Can they get 2 here? No. And they stick it to 1. Seven off 3. I just need 1 of 3. 2 rather. Looking at 70. Punched. A bit of miscommunication, almost ran out. They opt not to run. Okay.
I think Maurice has made up his mind that we shall not be able to get the 7 that is required. So he would rather allow Alec Mpeka Kimote to keep the strike and try and get as many as possible from the last 2 overs. The last 2 balls.
Swing and a miss. They scramble for 1. Are they pushing for 2? No. No, they still want. They get to 70 with 1 delivery to go.
Yeah, the bowler Classing very, very unhappy with the keeper. I think JP Kotsa just wasn't paying attention to the batters. They were looking to steal something.
All right, 70 on the cards. Does it connect? No, it doesn't. Just finds in the glove and they steal just 1. So in the end, Tanzania managed to put up 71 in their loaded 20 overs. Will this be enough? Wait to see. But definitely Namibia will be happy of the 2 sides of the work that they have put in. And we'll just shortly have a look at Tanzania's scorecard.
Yeah, Tanzania won the toss and elected to bat first. But unfortunately, they've just been losing wickets in clusters. Look at that batting scorecard. Nothing holding at the top. And only a 31-run partnership between an 8th wicket partnership between Ali Kimote and Sanjay Kumar tried to get them back on track. In the end, wasn't enough. The only 2 batters to actually get into double-digit figures, maybe apart from Kasim Nasoro Chete as well. 14 extras given away by Namibia, but they've done very well when they were asked to bowl first to restrict Tanzania to only 72. 71, so they'll need 72 from 120 balls.
And that'll be Namibia's bowling card there. A lot of bowlers used, everyone them in the money with the wickets. But as Andre Klasinger picked up 2 for 15, and as well as Ben Set Shikongo picked up 2 for 9 in his allotted 4. And meanwhile, Jack Thomas, Gerard Reinsberg, PD Blechnold, and Simon Petroshingogo picking up a wicket apiece. So Namibia will be needing 72 from 20. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from this encounter.
We're back for the second innings of the game. 72 runs from 120 balls is what Namibia need in the final group game of Group B here at the Achimota B ground. Tanzania won the toss, elected to bat first, but things didn't go according to plan. They were only able to finish on 71 for 9 from their 20 overs. We are now here for the response from Namibia. Their two opening batters stroll out in the middle. Nicholas Davin and Malan Kruger, the captain, the standing captain for today. Interestingly, when we come from the mathematicians, for Tanzania could still afford a loss in this particular game and still go through. So they will need to make sure that Namibia bats for as long as 10 overs. I hope I've said that right, Eli, as it comes into the commentary. But because the result on the other ground seems like maybe Zimbabwe will win that game, and Namibia, if they can be able to chase down this total in less than 10 overs, they should be home and dry. My name is Dennis Msala, and I'm here with Eli Tawanda.
Malan Kruger to open the batting for Namibia, and they will have a task of trying to chase 72 within 10 or less overs to give them a shot of coming in second place to Zimbabwe in this group. And Tanzania will be hoping that they can keep them there for more than 11 or so overs. Up and over, Malan Kruger goes, and this one will run away for 4 to get things started for Namibia. First boundary.
Yeah, over pitch there from Sale Tumba, the captain of Tanzania, and his opposite number is happy to have some of that. Malan very, very strong at the top of that order. Can see there just some width outside of stump allows him to free his arms.
Malan Kruger was devastating in that game between Namibia and Zimbabwe. Punches it hard back. Miron does well to just keep it to 1. He's always quick out of the blocks as Malan Kruger.
I hope Tanzania have the information that we have, because it will be very important for them. They try and slow it down, so they get through the overs as slow as possible, or
rather as quickly as possible.
As quickly as possible. My apologies. As quickly as possible.
Nicola Jacobus Davin partnering Malan Kruger. Just looking to work that one square of the wicket and pick up a single. Malan Kruger, 28 years of age, has a strike rate of 131. Still fairly new to T20 international action, just 6 matches under his belt, highest of 59. Comes down the wicket, is able just to punch it down for a quick single. So they are rotating strikes so ever so quickly. Meanwhile, as the over changes, it's the first over done. It is 8 for no loss. Gives an opportunity for Nicholas Devine to change bats. Something that we also saw in the other innings.
Brings out the one that hits.
So why walk out with the one that doesn't hit in the first place?
Just trying to have a feel for it. And then when you're sure, you come up with the one that hits.
Oh my, some of these things that happen in this beautiful game, they leave you ever so wondering. Batters' traditions. Right, introduction of spin from the road end from Tanzania. They give the ball to Sanjay Kumar Tako. Straight away he's got an attacking field.
Is it the traditions, Eli, or the superstitions?
A little bit of both, rather. Right, Sanjay Kumar has got 3 on the offside in the sleep. Straight away looking to work him leg side.
Sanjay Kumar, not your ordinary spinner, so it's not very, very easy to put away.
Quicker one, and that's gladly obliged by Malin Kruger, who heaves it over. Short fine leg for 4.
Yeah, Malan Kruger just helping that ball along down the leg side on the pads from Sanjay Kumar. Has enough pace on it to just race away.
This time it's hit into the covers.
For Namibia to chase this down in 10 overs, meaning they will have to score at a rate of about 7 runs every over. Not impossible.
Again goes leg side, but skies it. It drops safely. Better run away from the fielder. We will do well to try and keep it just down to 3. Saves the boundary, but already 7 off the over.
String of dot balls is what Tanzania are looking for right now. Malan Kruger and Nicholas Devine already very interested.
Currently they're scoring at 9 and over. But we're only just into the second over, really. 57 required of 18.2. It's heaved over mid-on. So run away. Good footwork there on the boundary. Saves another boundary and keeps it to 2.
Yeah, strong boot keeps it inside the circle. I think it's just the flight there interested Nicholas Devine. So Sanjay Kumar needs to offer no flight.
Just punch down the ground, knowing that they have duly done what's required of them.
Some casual work there on the boundary from Ivan Suleiman allows to pick up a second. Should have just been 1. Tanzania not helping themselves. They need to get a grip on this because Namibia has 19 for no loss in 2 overs.
Only could understand that this is a semi-final spot that is on the cards for Namibia. They want to be there, looking to sneak themselves into the last 4.
Yeah, bowling change for Tanzania. Ali Kimote comes into the attack from the forest end.
into the block hole. Shots of a run out, but man was well within.
Very, very quick there from Davin to get across. But I've caught Malan Kruger ball watching. You can look at that again. Sort of a yorker. There and a flash of very good running and a good decision from the umpire, Percival Cesara.
From the way that looked, it would have been better to throw to the other end though, because Malan Kruger was slow.
About his end.
Again, what a strike. The bet that hits for Nicholas only manages to find the field at square leg. Was looking to heave it over that man, but found him in a comfortable position and picks up a wicket.
Attacking field set from Tanzania. Kasim Nasoro Chete gets a warning for his celebration. Maybe got a few not very happy words from the Namibians and is trying to return the favor. Was been struck well, but in a good position there. Kasim Nasoro Shoto to hold on to that ball. Looked was going to go over his head. Sends him off with some nice words, but the umpire not very happy with that. Cricket always has to be a gentleman's game. Namibia lose their first here 20-1.
Loss of that wicket brings Gerard Johannes Jans van Rensburg. Comes in at number 3. Kasim Nasoro Chete takes a fine catch at mid-wicket. Ali Kimote, just 2 deliveries into his over. Bowling with pace, feistiness.
I think what I would do for Tanzania, because Ali Kimote is really one of the bowlers for them who hits the mark, is very tidy, keeps things very quiet. Try and ensure that he can push through his 4 overs now, because usually bowls 2 and then comes back at the back end.
No, there's no backhand today.
Exactly, you just said it right. There's no point in a backhand for today. You're just trying to make sure that you get through to the semi-finals in a different sort of way.
It's such situations where heroes are born or forged. Worked fine. That will definitely run away to the boundary for 4. Straying just a bit leg side, Kimote. And is tickle fine for a boundary.
Yeah, strays on the pads there, Ali Kimote. All Gerhard has to do is just have some very good contact on that. The outfield, the ball running down with the slope there for the boundary.
Feisty. This marks the end of the 3rd over. 24 for 1 after 3.
Sanjay Kumar Takoro will continue from the road end. 24 for 1 after 3 overs. 8 runs every over. Semi-final action will be coming up tomorrow, but we'll still have a small matter of sorting out Group B. And at the end of this game, I think we shall know what the semi-final lineup will be looking like. But Uganda winning Group A with a 100% record. And Kenya finishing in second place. Chance for a catch. Straight into the waiting arms of the fielder standing in at short fine leg. Malan Kruger didn't pick him up. Namibia now 24 for 2.
Well. It's action-packed out there. I was looking to hoik it over fine leg. But the simplest of catches for short fine. Didn't come off the middle of the bat. And picked the man, sent it straight down his throat. 24 for 2 as Namibia.
Yeah, Maurice Yalinde Nkanya, the player with the catching. The Tanzanians now starting to believe, just right above their dugout. And you can hear them saying Twende, which means let's go. .48 in about 6 overs. It's still about 8 runs per over. So I think for Namibia, they don't need to worry about losing wickets. They just need to make sure the foot stays on the gas.
Yeah, just keep going. But I think they would have hoped that Malan Kruger could chip off a little bit more than what he had done already. But not need to worry about that anymore. You just keep going. Jean-Pierre Kutsa is the new batter in. Top ball. It's been good from Tanzania. They are building up the pressure. They know what Namibia need. Well bowled by Sanjay Kumar. Switching things up with variation in pace at which he's bowling at. Good lines. End of the 4th. A wicket maiden for Tanzania. That'll be 24 for the loss of 2 for Namibia.
Ali Mpeka Kimote will continue bowling for Tanzania from the forest end. Runs it through point. They'll pick up a single. Get JP Kotsa on strike. Left and right hand combination. That can always bother fielders. You have to keep changing each and every other ball.
Yeah, it's a pretty troubling thing at times, where you have to skip over and jump to the cross to the other side, and as well, bowler needs to adjust his lines and length. Sometimes it tends to go horribly wrong. Now this time around, Ali Kimote is up to the task, whether you're a right-hander or left-hander, and is still finding the right line and the right length. Goes up, and this one will travel the distance, and it'll go all the way. It was in the slot and duly dispatched by Jean-Pierre Kutsa.
I like the body language of JP Kotsa. Once that ball comes off the blade, doesn't even bother to walk because he's sure it's going to go the distance. Overpitched by Ali Kimote. Half a dozen is what Namibia get.
That boundary silences the Tanzanian dugout. Pretty much been up behind each and every ball that Ali Kimote was bowling. Worked away leg side. And well choked over.
The Namibians bat like there's something they know that we don't. Not too much urgency trying to shuffle through the wickets. They are taking their time nice and easy. We've already gotten 8 runs that they need in this over. But if you can make any over as big as possible, then why not? Just so Collins Obuya in the morning game getting at least 24 from 1 over. So they need about 40 runs. After this over, they'll be needing about 40 runs from 30 balls. If there's anything left of what is required after 10 overs, that situation only favors Tanzania.
It's worked away leg side. Skips it to 1. That single. That's the over. 33 for 2 after 5. Sanjay Kumar continuing from the road end. Johannes Reinsberg facing. Works this into the covers. That's well packed. Pretty much bowling to his field set is Sanjay Kumar. Had a wicket maiden. This one next side, but not able to fully capitalize on that stray delivery.
Yeah, 2 balls there. You feel that Gerhard has missed out. The first one was overpitched. This time a half tracker. Just trying to hit it on the ground and didn't make good connection. The problem when you miss out on 2 bad balls and then the next one that you feel that you want to compensate for is the good ball. So in the end, you find yourself 3 dot balls already. Make it 4 dot balls.
Okay, 5 dot balls. This is turning out to be a very good over for Tanzania. Sanjay Kumar is stringing a series of dot balls. His second maiden. That's 12 deliveries that he's bowled and cost him absolutely nothing. End of the power play. 6 overs done. 33 for 2. So coming out of the power play, 33 runs on the board for Namibia, chasing 72. Feel that somewhat Tanzania will be happy of the two sides. They have 2 wickets that they've picked up. They will remain with just about 5 more overs that they need to push for. And that's according to my calculations, remember. Just might be off, but that's what Tanzania need to push them till the 11th over. And meanwhile, Namibia will be looking to get things done quicker.
Kasim Nasoro Chete. 39 is what Namibia need. Not so much, but I think the important thing is when you should get it.
Smashed, but sweeper will clean up. Worked away leg side, but it's timed beautifully. Slight misjudgment, no, rather a lame attempt to get down, results in that well-timed shot going for 4.
Not so much in that, but I think the field was poorly placed. They had a lot of work to do to just run across and try and stop that. They got to the ball, but unfortunately they couldn't sort out their feet. Ivan Suleiman, the guilty party. This time there's a lot more urgency there. You can see the running between the wickets very quick from JP Kotsa. Puts in a dive, even if he seems to be struggling.
Yep, the agency tells you that they somehow have gotten the news. And gentlemen, you need to press on and let's finish this in quick time and give ourselves an emphatic victory. 40 runs already on the board. Punches it over the bowler and picks up a single. It's end of the over. It'll be after 7:41 for the loss of 2. Sanjay Kumar will be bowling his last over of his allotted 4.
Balls and counting for Sanjay Kumar without conceding a run. Back-to-back maidens for him.
Will score off his 13th delivery, and they just pick up a single, Namibia. Change in field set for Kutsa.
Good stuff there from Sanjay Kumar, fielding off his own bowling. Half chance because Gerhard had backed up far down the track.
Marvelous. That's just a marvelous shot. It's been reverse swept by Jean-Pierre Kutsa. Timed his shuffle to perfection, and he's found a boundary.
Yeah, innovative there from JP Kotsa. Goes the other way to make sure that they get the boundary they need in this over.
Good comeback, but that boundary just silences Tanzania for a moment. 46 for 2 at the moment into the 8th over. Crunched. Sweeper has got a lot to do. Manages to pick it up well and keeps it just to 1. That's the end of the 8th over. 47 for 2.
Not a bad spell there from Sanjay Kumar Takoro. 1 for 17 in his 4 overs. Just take away the 6 runs he's gone for in that final over. And actually, out of the 4 overs, 2 were maidens. So he has only conceded 17 runs off 12 balls. And that's very tidy stuff from him. If our maths is correct, Eli, Namibia now need 25 runs from 12 balls. But like I said, maybe they don't know something that we don't. And their mathematician is better than ours. Situation now is 47 for 2. And Kasim Nasoro Chete will continue from the forest end. JP Kotsa plays that very late, and the ball will win the race, taking gold while Sanjay Kumar takes silver. Boundary off the first ball, pressure immediately on Kasim Nasoro Chete. The equation down to 21 from 11. Just opens up the face of the bat there and runs it down. Again, quick running between the wickets. 5 runs off 2 balls already. I think they will want to target either this over to try and go as big as possible. Welcome dot ball from Kasim Nasoro Chete. 20 from 9 balls is what Namibia needs. That's if our math is correct, because Very top quality shot there from guard. Pulled right in front of square and finds the gap between long on and deep mid wicket.
That's a good shot. The key was that he was able to pick up the length of that ball quickly, and he opened by just giving himself room on the leg side, and punished for 4 is Nasoro Chete. Slower delivery. Nine runs off the over. However, seems as if Jean-Pierre Kutsa is struggling with something. He's set to take a sit down. It's been hot, I tell you. And also running hard as they have been. So being out there is not an easy task.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they are very, very difficult conditions to play in here in Accra, especially if you come from a different part of the world. I think he just needs a cooling break. Try and pour some water on that engine. They've been working hard out in the middle with Greyhound. Hopefully all is well. Yeah, you can immediately see there the physio just signaling for him to be given a wet towel. Just try and calm down things. In the ladies tournament, we saw a couple of players actually just go down because of the heat. So it's not just the heat, but the humidity.
Exactly. Just humid conditions. That'll allow everybody else also just to get some water. And we're just about 6 deliveries, or rather 7, from drinks break. So umpire's deciding, let's just take the break now and allow everybody just to catch a break and drink some much needed fluids. Right, we are back from that drinks break. 56 for 2 is where Namibia find themselves at, requiring 16 of 11.1. Just a single to end the 9th over. And so we have just about 11 overs remaining, and Namibia need 15 from those 11 just to win the game overall. But for them to actually clinch a spot in the semi-final, they need those 15 in 14 overs. So they have about the next 4 overs or so, or 5 overs rather, to find those 15 runs. Good fielding effort there to stop that. It's kind of a bit of a difficult position where you are trying to defend 15 in 5 overs. So we look at that fielding effort there. It was well worked to the mid-wicket diving efforts. Tanzania, they are throwing themselves around, making sure that they don't just give away any run cheaply. Again,
Yeah, Maurice Yalinde Nkanya, one for the future for Tanzania cricket, comes into the attack. 15 runs still required for the win. But on the other ground, Zimbabwe have bossed that run chase. They're 85 for no loss. And they need about 3 runs for the victory. So Zimbabwe should finish on top of Group B. And either of these two teams is most likely going to take up second place. But we'll find out at the end of this particular game. I will tell you, Eli, now I don't think I trust any of our mathematicians. Let the game end, and then I will trust the machine.
And so far, 4 consecutive dot balls from Yalinde Morris. Beautiful. End of the over. 10 overs done. A maiden. 57 for 2 after 10. All right. Ali Kimote comes back into the attack. Has bowled 2 overs, gone for 14. Now he's defending 15. Comes down the track. Not able to make the desired connection there. That's Jean-Pierre Kutzer. Sure is targeting that region just over extra cover, who's been pulled to the boundary. Cuts it open in the face of the blade, but man at short third does magnificent work to block that one. It's been a series of dot balls so far. 9 consecutive dot balls from Tanzania. Big one, skies it up in the air, anyone under it. They're all converging. 3 falls into a safe region. That shows you just how fine a bowling effort Ali has done.
Yeah, the dot balls were piling up and the pressure was getting to JP Kotza. And I think he was looking for something. Doesn't make a clean connection. Still need 14 runs. Everyone in the Tanzanian dugout now on their feet. I think they also know that 10 overs was not enough for them to try and defend the total. So they need as many dot balls as possible. The longer they delay the win for Namibia, the better for Tanzania.
And by meaning longer, we don't mean by time, but we mean by overs that will be exhausted. Up and over, going over, mid-off. Does he do it? No, he doesn't. Finds the fielder. Looking to go big and fails in that effort. Tanzania strike, and they pick up a much-needed wicket to try and slow things down.
Yeah, the young Muhammad Yunus Sefu comes around very well, settles himself under the ball and takes a good catch to dismiss Gerhard. Right, was there in the slot for the hitting, but that side of the ground is really against the wind. And the young Muhammad Yunus Sefu, very, very safe hands. We've already seen him take a very good catch in this tournament. This time on the boundary, saves 6, but importantly gets a wicket, which is also a dot ball. Namibia now 58 for 3. Yeah, I think the mathematicians are now correct. Now maybe I need to chase this down in 14.2 overs. There's still some time to go in these ranches. Dylan Otolicha. End of the 11th. Namibia now 58 for 3. Maurice Yalinde Nkanya into the attack. The challenge with Maurice now, he'll be bowling into the pads of JP Kotsa. If they line him up, ooh. Sort of confusion there for the keeper. Wides are not given. JP Kotsa was trying to go for the switch hit, for the reverse hit, for the reverse sweep, and somehow either the keeper got confused, just let the ball run, so they pick up a bye. He's not very happy. He's trying to talk to the umpire that why was a wide not given, because he didn't change his stance. I think that detail will be known after the game. Usually, Eli, they say when you change your stance, then you become, you become the other thing. So the wide will not be given even if you miss the ball. Maybe. Chance for a run out that they should get two comfortably. The argument is still going on between JP Kotsa and the umpire. Umpire just passive trying to calm down. Maybe he needs that information in case he attempts that similar shot again. Will you give the wide if I change my stance, my whole body, or or you won't? Keeping it tidy there, Maurice Yalinde Nkanya. 11 runs is what Namibia needs. But like we've been mentioning, they need to find it in 14.2 overs.
That has been dispatched. Naughtily and brutally sent over the boundary and onto the road.
Yeah, Dylan Otto there, tired of having a look around. This time the ball is in the slot. He clears his front foot and deposits it into the nets here, the Achimota ground. It's now just the 5 rounds that are required by Namibia to pick up the victory. Should be the end of the 12th over. Namibia now 67 for 3.
Five required. Remember, they need to try and push this for the next 3 overs or so in defending those 5 runs that they need. And they tend to Ali Kimote. A difficult task. Here we go. Tries to give it away, but they only managed to steal 1. They'll need 4. And the umpire calls a no ball. So a free hit this will be. This is the opportunity that Dylan Otto will have to finish things off here. 3 runs required. A free hit has been awarded. tries to blast it away. Just manages to get one away. So 2 required at the moment. Jean-Pierre Kutzer is at 20 of 20. Here we go. Good ball from Ali Kimote. Still, despite just trying to defend 2, he is giving it his all, just being warned about running onto the danger area. Umpires are quite strict about that region that is just within the center of the wicket there. That'll be given as a wide. So I just need 1, Namibia, and then they will somehow, with the numbers favoring them, they could find themselves in the semi-final. Scores are tied, 71. And pushes it through for a single. That will definitely now seal things here at Achimota B Arena, where Namibia will win comfortably by 7 wickets and book themselves a slot in the semi-finals.
Yeah, Namibia doing the business. Tanzania won the toss, asked Namibia to bowl first. Namibia cleaned them up for only 72, only 71 in their 20 overs. And Namibia now making sure they do the business inside the required number of overs for them to pick up a 7-wicket victory, and something that should be able to push them into the semi-finals. Because just across from us, Zimbabwe emphatically defeating Nigeria by 10 wickets. That means Zimbabwe move on as the group leaders, while we'll have a confirmation later if Namibia been able to go through. But for the here and now is that they've been able to win this game against Tanzania by 7 wickets in a performance that was very, very clinical from them. Look at the batting scorecard there for Namibia. Going to sort that out. Just that's. Yeah, the batting scorecard for Namibia. Contributions throughout the whole team. But JP Kotsa and Dylan Otto finishing off the job. JP Kotsa 21 from 22 balls. He had a good partnership with Gerard, 19 from 30. Eventually, the two making sure that they get the team over the rope. Only 4 extras bowled by Tanzania, but you feel that wasn't enough. They didn't have so many runs to work with. And Namibia came out with the aggression to make sure that they are chasing down the total in record time.
Tanzania's bowling card. Great efforts that they tried to defend. 72 that they put up. But the only notable one is from Ali Kimote, who in 3.3 took 2 wickets for 20. Tako also picked up a wicket for 17. But however, it was not enough. Their efforts to restrain Namibia, who cruised easily to reach that total of 73 required, winning by 7 wickets. So the points table from Group A, it shall be Uganda and Kenya who go through into the semi-finals. Meanwhile, from Group B, it shall be Zimbabwe and Namibia that will make it through to the semi-finals. So Uganda will take on Namibia. Meanwhile, Kenya will face Zimbabwe in the semi-finals.
Yeah, that should be the semi-final lineup for tomorrow. Uganda will be taking on Namibia, who finished second. That is tomorrow afternoon. While Zimbabwe will be facing off with Kenya tomorrow morning on the Achimota A ground. Should be interesting, the semi-finals. Tanzania missing out on a semi-final place. This time not at the expense of Namibia, but this time Namibia sneaking in the same way Nigeria did for the ladies edition. Namibia winning this particular game by 7 wickets. By 7 wickets, and we'll leave you with the highlights as we come up with the post-match presentation.
for our final group game here at the Achimota B ground, a clash between Namibia and Tanzania. Namibia winning this one by 7 wickets. We'll start off with the losing captain, Sali Ali Jumbe. Jumbe, tough luck to you and your boys. You won the toss, selected to bat first. What do you think didn't go well for you in the game?
Yeah, they bowled really well, but we could have done better with our batting. We just let ourselves down with the batting on those, and we have the young side, as you say, but it's good for the experience and going forward.
All right, when you put on 71, what was the plan for you to try and make sure that you take the game as deep as possible so that you're not affected by the net run rate?
Yeah, the plan was to put them about 15 overs so we can see the net run rate. But I think we were just 2 overs short to bowl. But we have done really well with that score, and they wanted to chase under 15 overs, so we know that. So they batted well, they deserved it.
Yeah, it's been an experience for you and your group coming from Malaysia, qualifying for the Challenge League, and then coming to Ghana to take part in the African Games. In the context of everything, what do you take away from the tournament?
Yeah, I really appreciate my boys as they played like more than 24 games in a month, so really appreciate them. So going forward, it's a big experience on us, so we'll take it forward and it will help us forward.
Good luck to you for the future and the boys.
Thank you, sir.
We'll now speak to the winning captain, Malan Kruger. Change in the leadership, you come with the luck. You guys are able to get over the line. Tell us how you were able to execute today.
Yeah, I think our bowlers came to the party, and then we backed them with very good fielding to restrict them to that low total, and we managed to pull it through.
Did you understand that you needed to get the runs in at least 14.2 overs for you guys to be able to overturn in the net run rate?
Yeah, we were lucky enough to know the equation before we went in, so yeah, luckily it went our way today.
All right, finally you get into the semi-finals. You'll be taking on Uganda tomorrow. What is going to be the plan to make sure you get yourselves into the gold medal match?
Yeah, just to play our best cricket, to make sure our batting fires and the bowlers show the same consistency like they did today.
Good luck to you tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you.
And our player of the match in a low-scoring game is most definitely a bowler, the opening bowler for the Namibian team, Ben Chikongo, for his 2 for 9. And to present the player of the match award will be the president of the Ghana Cricket Federation, Mr. Ansari Kwame. Ben, well played to you and the guys. You're back in the team and back with the fire. What was the experience for you? Because you only gave away that one boundary at the top of the order, but other than that, you were very, very clinical in executing your skills. What was the plan today when you went to bowl?
I think the plan always stays the same with him, just hitting a good length and just trying consistent that. Always the first ball, it's quite tough as opening bowler with the swing and stuff. Thought hopefully there's nothing, but there wasn't enough, so I had to change up with lane and just keeping to the basics right.
All right, tomorrow you come up with a team that you played a lot of times against the Ugandans. What is going to be the plan?
Now the plan stays the same again, as I said. I mean, different batsmen, different team, but I think a good ball stays a good ball to the same batsman. Yeah.
All right, well played and well bowled, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
And that's it here for the group stages at the Achimota B ground. We'll be back tomorrow for the semi-finals that will be happening on the Achimota A ground. And good luck to the teams that will be in the semi-final.